Welcome back to CNN's special coverage of the impeachment trial of President Donald Trump. I'm Dana Bash on Capitol Hill, and I'm joined now by a Republican Senator, John Barrasso of the state of Wyoming. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. So you have now heard one very long day of the House Democratic managers talking really in granular detail about how they believe that the president pushed the Ukrainian leader to announce an investigation of Joe Biden and threatened to withhold aid that you and your colleagues passed here in Congress that the Ukrainians needed. Have they swayed you at all?
No, nothing that what I heard. It didn't seem yesterday was like Groundhog's Day because we heard what we had heard the day before, and I'm expecting more of the same today, just repeating and repeating and repeating. About every hour and a half, they repeat themselves. They play the same videos, use the same quotes. I was surprised at how often Joe Biden and Hunter Biden's name were brought up by the Democrats yesterday in this area during the time when just the number of times that they brought his name up continues to remind people that there is concern about what happened in the previous administration.
So let's talk about the question of witnesses. You have said a couple of different things. Earlier, you said that you were open to new witnesses, and yesterday I heard that you say that you don't think it's necessary. I want you and our viewers to hear what Adam Schiff, one of the times that Adam Schiff argued about the need to hear from witnesses, especially John Bolton.
Sure. John Bolton now says there's no necessity for him to go to court. He doesn't have to do it. He's willing to come and talk to you. He's willing to come and testify and tell you what he knows.
So why not hear from him? Doesn't that seem, the way that they're describing it and the way that John Bolton has now offered himself, like a no-brainer? Why wouldn't you want to get more information if you could?
Well, the question is going to be put to all of the Senate. Do we actually need more information after we've heard 24 hours of the case from the Democrat witnesses, of the Democrat managers, another 24 hours from the White House, and then finally we have a 16-hour opportunity to ask questions. At that point, the question is, do we need more information or do we know enough to make a final judgment?
But in fairness, what they are presenting is based on the only thing that they know. I mean, they only have an argument based on the information at hand. And the point that they're making is we could make a better argument if we had, for example, firsthand witnesses, someone like John Bolton, who understood and was there for the decisions and the directives that the president made.
But it's the same argument that they continue to make. It's what they brought forth from that.
Wouldn't it be more persuadable to you if you heard from someone like John Bolton who was actually there?
Not necessarily. I may have, by the time this is all done, and I expect I will have enough information to make a final judgment decision. I expect most of the senators will do that. I expect that the Democrat senators will already have enough information to make that final decision, especially when you have 4 of them running for president. There was one on in the last hour on CNN. I mean, they're actually going to be voting to remove from the ballot the name of Donald Trump, not just remove him from office, but remove him from the ballot in 2020. So I believe they have a conflict of interest in their decision.
So I understand you're saying that they're being repetitive, but you understand there is something to be said for the fact that people at home who may or may not be calling you, maybe not so much in Wyoming, but other states which are a little bit more mixed in terms of partisanship, that is part of the way that they have to make their argument, that this is what they have, these are the facts that they have, and they're doing it in different ways. But you're the jury, but the public back home is also the jury.
Well, I think Adam Schiff the other night looked up to the camera and he said, I know they're still watching in California, but as he's repeating things that we've heard time and time again. So we went into the case, many of us taking lots of notes the first day. And then yesterday, not too many notes because it was just a repetition of the day before. And that's why I say it's like Groundhog's Day all over again today. I'm expecting to hear just a repetition of what they said yesterday.
Real quick, talk to me about what it's like to be in that chamber. I was watching a little bit. Our colleagues are watching. I've noticed you are there. You are paying attention. There was some whispering. There was some giggling. And
I sit next to Lindsey Graham. He's a talkative kind of guy. You know, you can get into trouble. And they say under punishment of imprisonment.
Well, based on what I saw, that there could be some people in jail because
That could be bipartisan, yes.
That could be bipartisan. But
On the floor.
do you feel confident that people are paying attention, even though I've seen some people get up and leave at various times?
Well, it's interesting. You've been in the gallery. I've seen you in the press gallery. You know, they're playing videos, and you can see those video screens from around the chamber, but you can't read the emails that they're projecting on those video screens. So when one of the managers says, and you see from this email, from my seat, I can't read that. I know many of the members can't read it. The print is too small. So if you actually want to see it, you either have to get up and walk over to those large video screens in the corners of the Senate chamber, or go into the cloakroom, and in the cloakroom, C-SPAN is on, and they are broadcasting the emails. You can see those, or the text messages or whatever, on the screen. So if you really want to pay close attention, you can't do it from your seat. You have to do it from either standing in front of the video screens or in the cloakroom watching the C-SPAN video.
So note to managers, print out the emails and hand them out. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, Senator.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Jake and Wolf, back to you.